Meanwhile, Japan's Takeda Pharmaceutical partners with Indian vaccine maker Biological E to boost manufacturing of Takeda's dengue vaccine. Here's what Gary Dubin of Takeda and Mahima Datla of Biological E said about the tie-up.
Mr. Dubin as well as Ms. Dalta, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining in and speaking to CNBC-TV18, and congratulations on this tie-up with regards to a dengue vaccine. Can you just take us through the details of the tie-up? Mahima, let's start with you.
I'm sure Gary would like to chime in. From our part, we'd just like to say we're delighted to be partnering with Takeda. As you know, this is the only licensed dengue vaccine in the world, so of great public health importance. And Takeda as a company has a very long and richly textured history as well, so just delighted to be partnering with them.
So maybe I can just say a few words of context. Dengue is a global problem affecting half the world's population. Our ambition in Takeda is to be able to produce 100 million doses a year by the end of the decade. And our partnership with Biological E is a critical part of our manufacturing supply strategy. Through this partnership, BioE will be producing up to 50 million doses, half of our supply. And that supply will not just be for India, but for global markets as well. So very, very happy to be here to announce this partnership today.
Okay, so BioE will be producing around 50% of the total dosage requirement. Where exactly will it be manufactured? What would be the details in terms of manufacturing, regulatory approval?
So we'll be manufacturing this here in Shamirpet in Genome Valley, where all of our vaccines are currently produced. And together we'll be in close contact with the Indian regulators as we start to shepherd this for licensure here.
What is the scale-up that we can probably expect from this partnership?
Well, the first part of the partnership will actually be technology transfer of the manufacturing process from Takeda to Biological E. And then after that technology transfer is completed, we'll start, BioE will start commercial manufacturing. And you know, of course, we're at the very beginning of the collaboration, so the detailed plans are just being established now.
So dengue, like you mentioned, is a very critical tropical disease which needs to be encountered. What is the efficacy of this vaccine?
Yeah, so in our Takeda's Phase 3 development program, we conducted a very large safety and efficacy trial involving 20,000 children 4 to 16 years of age. It's the largest clinical trial that Takeda has ever done. And in that clinical trial, we have done long-term follow-up. In fact, we just published a few weeks ago the detailed results of the long-term follow-up, which show that the vaccine has sustained efficacy against dengue fever and a high level of efficacy against dengue fever leading to hospitalization. The efficacy against hospitalized dengue is about 84% over the 4.5 years, so very substantial efficacy, which we believe will contribute significantly to the public health value of the vaccine.
Where will it be available? Which are the countries, and what is the plan with India?
Yeah, so we have already launched the vaccine in about 20 countries. The vaccine was approved first in Indonesia, then in the European Union. We have launched in many of the European Union countries, Indonesia, Brazil, Argentina, Thailand. We continue to await regulatory approvals in other countries. In India, we have recently received a no objection certificate from the Indian regulators. We are planning to start a clinical trial and in discussions now with regulators about the timeline for approval.